Alright, so when you're trying to find the least common multiple given some polynomials, the first step is to factor each of those polynomials. So here are the factored forms of these polynomials right here. In the first, I've simply just factored out an x cubed. The second is a difference of squares, as x plus 3 times x minus 3. And the third one, I pulled out an x and then the remaining quadratic factored into x plus 3 times x plus 3, or the cool way of writing that, which is this x plus 3 squared. Alright, now comes the work of finding the least common multiple. The two steps in finding the least common multiple are: one, first identify all the unique factors. In this case, our unique factors are: we have some x's, we have some x plus 3's, and we have x minus 3. So I'm going to start with those. We have an x plus 3, and an x minus 3. Just a quick note on this real fast is, so x is one of the unique factors. It shows up here in the first factorization 3 times, and it only shows up in this bottom one once. You could say, well, x cubed and x to the 1 power are different, but they're the same. It just so happens in that first top factorization it appears 3 times. The same thing with the x plus 3. X plus 3 actually shows up in each of the factorizations. It does show up twice in the bottom one, but we're going to take care of that here on the second step. The second step then is to identify, okay, for each of these unique factors, again x, and then x plus 3 and x minus 3, what is the greatest representation, or the most number of times it shows up in one of these single factorizations? And you just go through each of these factors individually. So we look at the x first. In the top factorization it shows up 3 times. In the bottom factorization it shows up once. The representation of the 3 times up here on top is the biggest, and so that's what we're going to use in our least common multiple, x to the third. And then for x squared, or sorry, x plus 3, it shows up in all 3 of these, but the largest representation here is when it shows up twice down on this bottom, and so we're going to use 2 of the x plus 3's. And then the x minus 3 only shows up once, and it's only represented once, and so we're going to leave it to the first power. Then this is your least common multiple.